What's up guys, and welcome back to a new video on my money making YouTube channel. As you can hear, I'm a little bit sick and I didn't sleep much this night, but it's alright, we still need the market. So today I want to just share with you a quick update on Ethereum. I see some nice things happening. Okay, in my last video I said it's possible that Ethereum hits the 5,000 level, 5,000 level. I mean, I'm not of that opinion anymore because I see this strong resistance line, okay? Support line right now. It was resistance here, 2 times 1, 2. Became, breakthrough, became support one more time, and now we were about to hit it again, okay? We came exactly to this support line, and what I want to see now is Ethereum coming to the level of 4,200 again, okay? One lower low. One lower low, that would be very nice. I might set a long trade then, because I now think that, here, oh, that's actually nice. That's a nice one. You see the support here, and now we're about to hit resistance here. Okay, and once we're here, I know we could short this, we could long here. I don't want to overtrade, I'm waiting for the good, big setups to happen, to play out. So that's why I'm waiting for. There's two options now, okay, I'm waiting for right now. The first option is Ethereum actually doing something like, let me get that. Can we imagine Ethereum comes down to this level, okay? Then we see this juicy 4,790 level, right? We see the 4,650, but this level is really a very nice level I like, okay? Why do I like it? First of all, we can see shoulder, head, and shoulder, okay, which would be slightly lower than the top, right? So if Ethereum does something like that right now, okay, maybe like this, and boom, yeah, not that far, it's rather something like, boom, 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 boom. That it's way too big, the time doesn't match it, but I think you get it, right? We pump a little bit, might retest this level here, dump one more time here, okay. Let me something like that, okay. Something like we might break out here, everybody is getting bullish, okay, to this level, boom, double top, lower, 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 boom, breakout down, okay. That's a very nice scenario I like, because then we see, the shoulder, head, and shoulder pattern, right? And based on that pattern, right, we can already measure how far Ethereum might drop. And it will be the 3,400 to 3,600 level, exactly the area, okay, which I talked about most of, a lot of times already, because we can see here now a strong support line, okay, support here, support, and we might find here support at 3,750, around 3,900 to 3,600. That's a good support line where we then want to take some profits already, right? When we short here, we want to take profits here in the case we bounce back to the trend line, okay, and then boom, come lower again. Because on the bigger time frame, guys, that's just a 1 hour time frame, right? On the daily time frame, we can see Ethereum is forming a huge head and shoulders pattern, okay. You can see here, for example, for shoulder, head, might drop here, bounce back up, and then boom, okay. This is what could play out. I really like the level and the pattern, okay, it's very nice. That's the first option I see happening right now, all right. That's the first option. And if this is a head and shoulders, right, this is another trend line, support line for the shoulder, okay, to then bounce back up. Then, guys, Ethereum is possibly, or it's possible for Ethereum to hit exactly the top here, okay, the $2,800, $2,900 level. I really like this level, guys. I really do like this level, and yep, therefore, going along here is massive, and making gains on the way down, right, waiting for the bounce to happen. So, you know, it could be something like that. Boom, boom, boom. Lower, retest again. Boom, 2,900 level. Something like that. Could absolutely happen, okay? Some move like that. We retest, but all the way down, okay? Everybody thinks now we're bullish again. We hit the bottom, bullish again. We might make a higher low, but boom, we break out lower. Retest again, boom, lower. Then double bottom, maybe still slightly lower. Then boom, lower high, higher low, and breakout, okay? That's what I see in my first option, okay? It's a very nice pattern I see. I really like it. And the next one would be Ethereum simply doing, I go back to the 2-hour time frame. Ethereum simply doing something like, we're at this trend line right now. That's nice. I like it. And we might see Ethereum dumping now, okay? And what Ethereum could do is, for example, something like that, bounce back up, fail again, and boom, break out lower, okay? Immediately, without going higher here. But I really like the idea of going higher because there is a lot of liquidity at 4,800 to 4,600, okay? In this area, there are hundreds of millions of dollars about to get liquidated. That's why I really like it, because we never saw a drop coming before these people get liquidated, okay? 1 week up, boom, boom, and then down. That's what always the market maker do. And it's, it's almost, I don't know, it's almost guaranteed that we hit this level, okay? That's why we be patient and we don't short right now. Doesn't make sense. We wait for the setup. Either we break lower, right? We break this strong support line, then we short at the support line once we retest it, okay? Because the upside is then limited. And this is my take on Ethereum for now. These two options I see very likely to happen, especially the first one. I really like it. And the ultimate 2,800 2,900 level, you see this resistance line, this support line here, okay? It's a strong support line. You can see it from April to June, okay? We saw exactly boom, support, and now we might drop exactly to the 3,000 2,800 something level. And this is a very, I really like this box here. This looks so juicy, and here's where we want to load up, because the chance or the downside is limited, right? At 3K, for example, at $3,000, going with a 10x leverage, it depends a little bit on, 10x leverage, maybe it depends on the size you want to go. If you, for example, take a 3x leverage on a 12% dump, you might lose 36%, right? 36% on the straight, but the upside is huge, because once if you hit this level, if we hit this support, and we see Ethereum going up in the parabolic phase where everybody's screaming altcoin season, Ethereum is it's very likely going to 6K plus, okay? 6K plus here, and from here, from the 3K level to 6K is 100%, which means on a 3x is 300% with size, right? So losing 36%, limited downside, strong support line, okay? The facts of the head and shoulders point to this level as well, and with the upside of 300%, so 1 to 10 ratio almost, okay? And that's what we're gonna play. For Solana, it's a little bit different. I don't see it, the head and shoulders pattern for Solana. I see it a ABC correction, okay? It's an ABC correction, very likely. Let me get this away, okay? We can see Solana did the first moves, right? And hit all-time highs in January, right? And then, boom, dump. How much was that? That was 60%? Yeah, 66%, okay? 66% from January till April, right? Now we see a bounce back up, but I don't think that's a bullish sign here. That's massive bear flag. You can see that, guys, right? It's a huge bear flag. And once we just hit this level, I like this level. This 280 might be the top. You know, it's really playing out very good. You know, it's perfectly. Resistance, resistance, resistance. One more time, and one more time. And we could see that happening again, but I will not wait for that level. I'd rather, you know, start shorting here at $210 because I think the juice is out. You know, you can see this, guys. RSI is getting weaker and weaker. You know, the RSI might pump one more time to the 70 level. Okay, could do that, but it's not going to last, right? It's not going to last because we can see this massive bull flag, bear flag happening. And once this plays out, ooh, I'm telling you, I don't want to be the bear. Okay, I really don't want to be the bear here, but you know, the $100 level is absolutely possible. I had a better chart. Let me get that one for Solana. Was it this one? No, this one maybe. Yeah, okay. We can see here, for example, this was a huge resistance line, resistance, okay. Here it became support, right? Support, here resistance, support, support. Another support, breakout lower, resistance line, boom, boom, boom. Resistance, breakout, okay, support, kinda. Now we bounce back up and we might follow this pattern. And you can see this trend line, well, not, this is not the one, but you know, this is a huge trend line and this as well. Because I recognize, you know, the first bounce up after the correction, okay? The first bounce after the correction, this is a huge level of having resistance and support, right? This level here, the $80 level and the $125 level are good levels. You can see that, right? First bounce, then, you know, dump, pump, dump. We pump more, but always found support at this level here, $125. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, here we came lower. Ah, damn, guys, this is huge. And here another one, 9 times. So this is maybe failed 2 times. Okay, so it's 9 out of 11 times where this was massive support, right? And so this could be another massive support right now. So once we are at this level, at the 125, yeah, between 140 to 125, I'll take some profits on that because Solana already did then a good 30%, right? On a 3x it's 100% with size. You can go in with size. The upside is limited in my opinion. I'd say, you know, from 210 to, yeah, maybe 10%. 230 level could play out. That's why I will DCA into my leverage, okay? Maybe on a 3x, you know, put in 50% at 210, 25, or, you know, 30% 210, 30% 2, or 20% to 15, 220 another 20%, and the rest at 225 or something, okay? So this resistance line, because I don't think we'll break out here. That's really, I don't think the chart is too weak for that. It's very unlikely to happen, or just a fake out maybe, right? Pump here, boom, retest, and then dump. And yeah, that's what I see on Solana. It's a very nice chart. I like it a lot. You know, $80 is really the bottom, I think. $80 is possible. I know it sounds very, very bearish, but $80 is possible, minus 60% again. I don't know. There could be some bad news happening, you know, and it easily dumps in a day, minus 30%. Okay, and that's what we're waiting for. We see Bitcoin right now pumping a good amount at 110k level. I hope it's loading because the internet is very, very slow. I uploaded another video 2 or 3 days ago, but it doesn't upload. I now will make sure that this one will upload to keep you guys updated. And yeah, damn, come on, yeah. So we saw, okay, I told you many times, support, you know, breakout, resistance, and what we see now is Bitcoin having a slightly reversal, right? and we might pump to this level here of 121, because there's a lot of liquidation also, right, between 116 and 120. In this area there's a lot of people going short, and if Bitcoin reaches this level here, they'll all get liquidated, boom boom, and then boom, might dump. Okay, finally. And everybody, the nice thing about it right now, no retailers here, so everybody might think, okay, Bitcoin is back at 120, we're back at 120, guys, let's buy in. Ethereum is back at 4,700, let's buy back in. But then, reach a top, retail is slightly back, and boom, they will get eaten up by the people. And also, this is a nice head and shoulders again, guys. We can see it, right? Shoulder, head, might pump now, and then shoulder down. That's what we could see. Let's see how it plays out. You can see here the support. If that's the bottom already, guys, I don't know. I opened a 108k long 50x leverage, but I think in my sleep I closed it somehow. I don't know why, but guys, it's very annoying sometimes. I thought I really opened it, but I didn't. And yeah, that's the thing I see for Bitcoin. So I want to see the pump now, 120 maybe. Okay, maybe to this resistance line here, and then bounce back down, boom, retest, and boom. We could in Bitcoin hit the 93 to 88k level. Okay, so in this area, this is where I could see Bitcoin going here, somewhere here, mid to end of September, maybe beginning of October. Okay, so somewhere around here I could see Bitcoin doing that, right? And I really like how the market behaves, because everybody was bullish, it was bearish. Okay, Ethereum dumped. Now Ethereum and Bitcoin and Solana will pump one more time. Everybody will get bullish again. Now it's the time, guys. Now it's the time to get in. All in, all in. We'll see altcoin season. And then boom, they get their asses rocked. And they lose all their money. Because at 4,600 they say, we now hit a new all-time high, guys. Ethereum to a new all-time high. Just pump, just need 10% to pump, not even 5%. We're at 4,700 something. We need, guys, 4.5% to hit new all-time high. Ethereum will easily do that, and then boom, dump. Okay, that's my take for today. Quick update on the charts, Ethereum, Solana, and Bitcoin. If you want to have an analysis on another coin, I can do that as well. I'm mainly focusing right now on Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana. And thank you guys for watching. Let's just check. Yes, guys, that's the chart I love. Okay, I told you many times, this is a strong resistance line. We hit the resistance. Okay, and what I expected, or what I still expect, is a move low to the support line at 620%, maybe 630 to 620, 615 maybe, right? And then boom, the breakout for USDC dominance, right? This is the chart when this pumps, crypto dumps, basically. Okay, and we see this bullish divergence on this chart. So one more hit on the support, and then boom, around to 730 to 8% is very likely to happen, or very good target. And yeah, that's what I see happening. That's why it's another good factor for these things to pump one more time, and then boom, this breaks out, and all of these coins will dump, right? All of these coins will dump. And yeah, that's a good opportunity right there. So thank you guys for listening. Stay healthy, stay tuned, take care, and see you in the next one.